Bangalore has always been a city of builders. Long before the campuses and the funding rounds, there were factories. And from those factories came people who understood one thing deeply, that if something is inefficient, it is an invitation. Two builders took that invitation seriously. One started with a trophy, the other started with a pit stop. Every award you have ever seen, every trophy that reminded someone their work mattered, someone made it. And behind the making, there is almost always a story that deserves one of its own.
I'm Rakhi Mehra. I'm the co-founder of TrophyKart. We are the largest manufacturer for customized trophies and awards, and we are into complete corporate gifting solution. We have 10,000 square feet facility in Bangalore, and we are catering to more than 600 corporate clients. I have one co-founder. She is also the women entrepreneur, very inspiring lady. But yeah, I'm the first generation entrepreneur. So in my family, nobody has done the business till now. I'm the only one. Business gives you the liberty to live the life as of your choice. And it gives the freedom to make mistakes, to learn new things. Maybe I'm very passionate towards learning new things at the age of 50 also, which I think drives me to be in the business, because I have resigned from the railways government job. When I was a child, I never thought that I'll be doing the business, but I was into job also, but it was not giving me the kind of happiness what I wanted. I'm a risk-taking person. At this point of age also, I'm ready to take or invest all the money in new ventures. So I think that was a passion, or that was a desire in me, which pushed me to be in the business. I'm a little naughty kid. So the kid which parents, it was very difficult for my parents to handle me, because full of energy. If the kid is full of energy, want to try new things, so it becomes very difficult for the parents to handle. Yeah. When I was studying, except studies, I have done everything. I have started learning, driving and everything at the age of 14. When my brother was also not, able to drive the vehicles, I used to drive, and I used to take my mother from here to there. And apart from it, I have been very passionate towards the sports. I played all the games in my college, be it badminton, cricket, squash, football, everything. But in cricket, where I really excelled well, I represented Delhi. I was a captain of the Delhi University and the Delhi State also. I was in World Cup probables also. I didn't play for India, but yeah, I was in the probables. And the sports is something which is still in my blood, and I still play badminton every day. That in order to excel in any of the field, you need to be really physically fit and the mentally fit also. So I always tell my young people also, keep one or pick one sport and pick one any meditation activity kind of which relaxes your mind and all. I've been very fortunate that sports gives me that energy at the age of 50 also, and I do meditate. So I feel that is very required to get success in any of the field.
Hi, I'm Astha Dotrajka, co-founder of TrophyKart. So I've known Rakhi for almost about 20 plus years now, and we started the business together almost close to somewhere around 16 years now. So me and Rakhi, we met through a college friend, through a common friend, I'll say. So we had a lot of interest aligned together. So we both loved playing, we both loved reading, and there were a lot of other common interests that we gel very easily on everything. So when we thought about business, we thought why not to start it together, because somewhere we both were syncing together. So we thought it's a good idea to kick something, to kickstart something of our own.
I've never thought of the alternative profession because I'm very contented. I'm happy doing whatever I'm doing. But yes, if I get time, I want to pursue my spiritual journey. I want to spend more time in spirituality or doing meditation.
yeah, we are exploring more options, how we can drive this in a better way. We can change the way how the entire gifting industry works. So we have brought in a lot of tech also. We are experimenting with a lot of other things so that we can change the entire process of how things work. Maybe, hopefully in future, we will have something more than just normal gifting what we see.
They did not just build a business. They built a room that looked nothing like every other room in their industry. And in doing so, quietly, without announcement, they changed what was possible for every person who walked into it. TrophyKart exists because someone asked, why is recognizing achievement so difficult? Swapp Design exists because someone asked, why does moving forward have to mean standing still? In Bangalore, both questions led to the same answer. Build it yourself. Formula 1 pit stops take less than 3 seconds. A swap station takes 60. That gap between what the world accepts and what is actually possible is where Buddhaprat Chakravarti and Pati Mohan Rao decided to build.
I think that's true for a lot of people. It's a great question. Yes, and in fact, that is one trait we look when we look to hire as well. So if you do not have any physical experience, it seldom converts into something which is usable. So as a child, I did build a few prototypes of different stuff. So it's I didn't expect this question. Thank you. Sorry to disappoint. Actually, there was no one defining moment per se. I know it's very glorified, especially in movies made on successful stories and journeys. In our case, it has been a gradual churning and evolution. There was no one moment that we thought that, oh, it's a eureka moment for us. We obviously knew that the problem statement was very well defined when we started. So that gave us enough motivation to start the company, right? So probably that is the only realization which was over a short span of time, but it was not a moment per se. Well, I think a lot of good intention and good engineers are working towards making mobility very good. A lot of good intentions and good engineering is behind solving solar, solving distribution, so different things. So there's a lot of silos in our engineering model. Unfortunately, these models would not work till all of them work together because they're in the same value chain. And sustainability is often looked at from the prism of carbon footprint. But the most important aspect of sustainability is whether the business can sustain. Are the finances sustainable? And when we look at electric mobility, it has a lot of carbon footprint sustainability promise. And it is really the future. But we need to be very sure how we want to deploy capital towards ensuring that this technology or this entire value chain can be built out in a manner that is truly sustainable, both from a climate perspective, also from finance perspective. From a family lens, I've been very fortunate. Also, my colleagues in my previous organizations have been very kind and very supportive. Nobody told me it'll not work, right? There have been founders who've been concerned, right? Senior folks who've looked at us. Yaar, are you sure this is really the right challenge you're going to be solving? So it has never been discouragement. It's always been a lateral perspective. Ki yaar, ye aapne solve kiya hai na? So it's out of a really caring atmosphere within the founder ecosystem as well. What we need to look at is the fundraising aspect. Fundraise often is a consequence of clarity, right? So if you have no clarity on any aspect, be it the tech, be it the business, be it the unit economics or whatever, if you don't have clarity, naturally it doesn't translate into funding, right? Or you are unable to translate that clarity onto the investor. So it's only a lack of clarity, right? And this is completely on the founder. He could say, often we have failed to relay the right kind of a knowledge, right kind of a explanation to the investor.
Very interesting. See, we started discussing about a problem, myself and Buddha, in 2022 around end of January or February. This seems to be a real problem. It is not something that it exists for some time and then it is not, someone will solve it. The solution doesn't seem to be not seen anytime in the near future. But we found it, we understood it. And we started discussing casually for about weeks and it ran into months. The interest was not gone. And more, the problem is getting more interest. We have seen that the solution is also becoming more and more finer and finer. then we decided that whatever the last 3 months, whatever we have discussed, then somehow we decided that we have to leave. Okay. That leave is not a small thing as you said, but it's really that, no, we are really going to make an impact in the industry. This is what we understood. And then slowly our journey started, leave the corporate and then start working towards the final solution, or make it a big project, convert it to a product and then launch it in the market. That's how it has entered. So it is more of a interest driven, and the problem seems to be very real.
2 businesses, 1 city, no shortcuts. TrophyKart took a broken, fragmented industry and brought it dignity, one engraved name at a time. Swapp Design looked at the way India moves and decided the answer wasn't a bigger battery. It was a better question. Both of them started the same way, with a problem nobody had bothered to solve properly, and the conviction that they were the ones to solve it. In Bangalore, India's engine room, the builders keep building, because here, a problem is never just a problem. It is always an invitation.